I am standing right next to Sully in the middle of the boutique guitar showcase. This is day 2 of the NAMM. Sully, are you surviving the show first?
Oui.
Yeah? Oui? Okay. We do this in French? No? Yeah?
Mais non.
Yeah. I have to ask, do you remember some bad words in French? I'm sure you do.
Putain, non.
Ah, yeah. Putain de merde.
Putain merde, bordel.
That's really good. All right, let's switch back to English. So tell me a little bit more about you. What was the initial inspiration to start building guitar, John?
You know, I grew up as a kid always working on guitars. My very first guitar, I was 8 years old, and it was a nylon string guitar, and the nut had a chip, so the B string would always fall out of the slot.
Okay.
So I went into the kitchen, and you know, we always have a drawer in the kitchen that has a bunch of just garbage, right?
Yes.
We don't know where to put it. So there were some nails and a little hammer, and I nailed like a string tree into the headstock to hold the string in place.
Nice.
I don't know how I thought of that. I was 8. And don't leave your children unattended. Don't let your children play with hammers or nails. But anyway, I had a working guitar. And so as I grew and I got my first electric when I was 12, I actually signed Sully on the headstock. So Sully guitars has like always been a thing in my life, which is very strange. Don't do this. Don't do this. So then I eventually started making parts guitars in 2000, and then started working to make guitars from scratch. I am a child of the 80s, and you know, I look like I got kicked out of Motley Crue at one point. And but you know, so a lot of the guitars that I build are inspired by that spirit of fun, and maybe a little excess, but a refinement. And a lot of the things that we build are refinements of things that I would want in my guitars as a guitar player. Nice. So here we are.
Yeah. And who would you say are your main influence regarding guitar building? Brand or
Grover Jackson.
Grover Jackson.
Grover Jackson. Who I'm very fortunate that he's become a friend over the years.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So it's nice that I can call him if I have a problem.
Yeah, I remember it was a couple of years ago. I met him here in the middle of the NAMM show, and the year before we did I think it was a Skype interview. So I started to talk to him, and he said to me, "Well, why don't you come to the workshop?" He was, I think, in not very far from here.
Yeah.
So I got the opportunity to go there and do an interview with there. It was great. And he's based in Nashville now, right?
Yeah. He finally moved back home. That's where he was originally from.
Okay.
Yeah, and part of the NAMM shows previous, I used to come here early. And if I had guitars that I needed to finish, I could go to his old shop. So it's kind of like my second home.
Okay.
But now that he's back in Tennessee, I actually had to do my job better and more on time. So,
okay.
But I made it.
With a hammer and nails.
With a hammer and nails. And but put it back in the drawer. You might need it later.
All right, so let me flip the camera and tell us a little bit the story about what you built here.
Sure. So on the left, we have the Concorde.